Zach talks hard when the 12s come through. Hot takes, big plays, and a whole lot of blue. Go Hawks, go Hawks, go Hawks. This is Zach talks Hawks.
Hey, welcome. It's Zach here at Zach Talks Hawks and doing something a little bit different here on the channel. Welcome to what I hope can be a nice addition to what we are doing. For anybody who is longtime channel fans, you know that I did dabble a little bit in some Xbox related content, but we had a 360 and we were wrestling with capture card stuff, and I didn't really have the PC able to do what I wanted to do with that gaming content. And turns out, years later, boom, get a PC, and we have College Football 26 now, and I'm excited to get into maybe something new with you here on the channel. Interested to hear from you for feedback in regards to this new series. Welcome to the Washington Frontier Riverhawks College Dynasty mode here for College Football 26. We are going to replace Washington State football, and in its place is a bit of a tech institution out there in eastern Washington. And tucked back in the mountains, you have a tech institute where a lot of mineral development and a lot of forestry experts go and study their craft, and in the midst of all of that, they've decided to have a football program, and Washington Frontier Riverhawk football was born. We're here at week 1, but we're not going to get into the game today. I'm going to record this, put it out there, see how the feeler is with everybody's expectation for this. And of course, this is a bit of a test run for me too, where I get to kind of feel out what my audio specs are and things like that. But we're going to get to know the team a little bit here today, here in College Football 26. We have the ability to take a look at a lot of different attributes that we didn't have before in college football. And this team is no juggernaut by any means. Let's take a look here at the roster and take a peek at what makes this team unique. Well, you can see off the rip, not a lot. 74 overall on offense and 76 overall on defense. And you can see there in the top corner, we are a member of the Pac-12. Yes, replacing Wazoo is the Washington Frontier Riverhawk football squad. Let's take a look here. Ross Bailey is going to be our starter, at least for a little while now. He's a backfield creator, normal dev. You have a lot of these deal breakers for a lot of these players because this school, there's not a lot going for it. Joe Bowers here as well, pocket passer. And then an interesting prospect here in Kenyon Garnett, dual threat quarterback, and he's got 86 speed. Might be able to see him out there in some different packages, but it might behoove us to get him out on the field as quick as possible because, as you can see, his red shirt is already used going into the year. Running backs, we have a couple of guys here that there's not a lot of difference between the two, except for Javion Lakes has star development, and here Akeem Bell has normal dev. They're both east-west playmakers, both guys that are looking to stretch the field for us. Interesting freshman running back here, 75 overall, a lot to work with here in Shelton Layton. Maybe he can develop into a future star for us here. Fullback, we're going to be running some fullback, not a lot. You're going to see what this offense looks like towards the end of the video in Troy Grayson here. And here's our wide receiver core. Not a lot to shake a stick at. 84 overall. Keelan Rounds is going to make his presence known because there's not a lot of depth behind him. The junior wide receiver speedster, he has star development, so I'm anxious to see how high up he can go. And you can take a look here down our roster. There's just not a lot of depth to be had here. Skip Montgomery here for the tight end sets. I use tight ends a lot here in College Football 26, and I love the fact that we have Skip here at a 78 overall. I like fast, athletic tight end, 6'5", 256, but here is the guy that I got my eyes on. Dantes Delago, 6'6", 233, and sitting already at 83 speed. Anxious to see if we can get the sophomore involved here on the squad. Then just quickly through our offensive line, we are hurting. It's going to be strenuous, especially on the left side of the line, but I'm sure we will survive. Devin Montrose here, 77 overall junior, looking to make an impact. I think I'm going to rotate our edge rushers pretty frequently just to see who gets a early launch and sets themselves apart here on the squad. I think having a pass rush is very important. The star in the defensive line is going to be Jalen Means here, though. Power rusher, and he's going to be bringing the heat all the time. Problem is, deal breaker. There's a lot of that here on the squad. We have people here that are a part of the football program that want to leave immediately because it's going to be an uphill climb. Kai Gentry, big man here in the middle of the line. Again, deal breaker. They're all over the place here, and a lot of it's my prestige, and hopefully we can build that up as the career goes along. At Sam linebacker, we do have a leader of the defense, Jacoby Henry. We're going to need to booster his deal breaker perk here. We have a C-plus playing style, but hopefully he can relinquish on that a little bit. Being an 80 overall, we really want to keep him happy so it doesn't affect his play. But next year we're looking up with Jake Clinton. This area of the team, definitely one in which I'm excited to develop here. And moving through the rest of the defense, Bryce Todman here, he's going to be our pretty much only bright spot here at corner with a lot of these guys really lacking the awareness that I like to see out of cornerback play. Take a look over here, 84 overall from our top two, but then look at the drop off here. And I mean, 69 overall from a junior. This is just atrocious, the team that we have going on here. Kareem Culver here, 85 overall, one of the highest rated guys on the squad. Junior, he's got star dev. Hopefully we can keep him around, but we need to be able to get some marquee wins this season. So that's the look at the team thus far. I want to back out here and move into our schedule for this year. Here we are. We're in the Pac-12, which means we are locked in with Boise State. We have two games with Oregon State. We have two games versus them this season, a home and away game. But just looking at the rivalry games for us, Washington Frontier University played 3 scrimmage games against 3 different schools just to measure up and see how they stack up in the college football world last year. You're going to see those stats compile themselves on the game when we wind up playing these teams. But you could see this week's matchup is against Boise State, a Mountain West foe. We're going to get to know a lot more next year as the Pac-12 shapes up. Oregon on the horizon. Not expecting a whole lot out of that matchup, but they are a rival, something to work towards, and maybe a little more manageable goal is the in-state rival in Washington, hoping to bounce back here at our home opener against San Jose State. Wanted to make sure that there's a lot of Mountain West representation. Look, we don't want to travel a lot. We want to make sure that a lot of our competition is close by, so that's why you have this setup for this season. Got guys like Utah State and Cal and Missouri State. That should be a very winnable game for us. UNLV. And there's our first matchup of the year at Oregon State. Stanford, who's already won a game this season. Looking to get to know a lot of those old Pac-12 teams any way we can. playing against San Diego State in the second to last game of the season, then closing with Oregon State. Didn't want to make a rivalry with Oregon State, wanted to have something a little bit more lofty for the Washington Frontier and Oregon's area football strategy. So really wanted to set a lofty goal there with Oregon. I kind of see the priority as we're going to hopefully give Boise State a run for their money, be close for a half versus Washington, and trying to not get embarrassed too badly when we play Oregon. So hopefully we'll be able to bring up some good wins here during this, what I could think is a very manageable season. Just moving around in my sound settings here for just a moment. And we're going to also take a look at what this team might look like out here on the field. We're just going to run a couple plays with a few of our guys out here and hopefully put together something nice to look at to get you ready for the Week 1 matchup against Boise State in the next episode. So we're running a very distinct kind of offense, one that's really wants to spread the field out, and hopefully we can get teams guessing over what we plan on doing. I'm just going to run random plays for both sides, and you can take a look at our uniforms going into the year. Kaneron Poe up the gut for a couple. This was a team that I made in the Team Builder feature. There's a nice run. Not a lot to gauge off of these kinds of practices other than, well, the kind of offense we're going to be running. A lot of early run plays, trying to establish time of possession is going to be big in a lot of our games, so hopefully we can take control of what's going on there. A lot of run plays here. One-on-one, can we make a miss? Not with a spin. I really wanted to go with like earthy tones for the team itself. It's kind of like a forestry school almost, at least in my head. So I love the copper on the uniform, like the sky blue highlights on it. I think it looks really sharp. We also have one alternative uniform. I'm excited to show those. That'll probably be though like game 5 or game 6 on this season. Not a lot of explosive plays here out of the offense. I'm liking what I was seeing out of offensive line play. Nope, wrong read. I try to get into a different play. Oh, one-on-one to English there and couldn't make it happen. There we go. Here's a tight end play. Play action, got him. I think we might end it there on a touchdown there to Montgomery. How about that? Well, that's pretty much it. I think wanted to just show you guys the team, maybe get you excited for something new, and hopefully we can move forward with maybe a new series here on the channel. And I know my old Gonzaga series on here did really, really well, actually, and that was a lifetime ago. So hopefully we can have fun with this and see what happens moving forward. Hope you like this, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you again here real soon. Take care, everybody.
Zach talks hard when the 12s come through. Hot takes, big plays, and a